Greetings, beautiful Earthlings. My name is Star. If you are new here, I don't know how you found me, but I am super grateful to have you. And if you are returning, y'all, the real MVP, you already know. So I want to do a quick little video for you guys today about the 5 methods that I personally used to help me memorize tarot. So if you guys are brand new to tarot, you already know it is a daunting task when learning 78 cards worth of keywords, especially if you are learning reversals, because that is double the meanings. So some of these cards have not only 3 to 5 keywords, and then you have the reverse meanings. It's a whole lot. So I know some people will be looking up things like the easiest way to learn tarot, or how to, learn the entire tarot in an hour and things like that. And I hate to tell you, my friends, but there is no easy way to learn tarot. So all of those videos that are telling you the easiest ways around learning tarot are just trying to get views, because the best way to really efficiently learn tarot is practice, dedication, patience, and hard work. And I know none of those things are what humans like to hear. So I want to show you guys today a couple of creative tips that I have come up with when I was personally learning to memorize the tarot. Because if you guys are not big memorization people, it's going to be real hard to figure out how to really internalize all of those keywords, right? It's a huge daunting task. So I am going to go in order from the very first method to the most recent method. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the first one. If you guys have been with me on my channel for quite a while, you've already seen this, you already know what I'm pulling out. But this is the ultimate guide to the Rider-Waite Tarot. So this is the first tarot book that I had ever gotten. I've already read this cover to cover about 3 times, and I'm working on it again. I can never ever get enough of this book, because not only does it tell you the different ways that you can read this card, it also tells you the 10 hidden symbols that are in the card. It also tells you things like the importance of the colors in the tarot. It also tells you which tarot cards correspond with which zodiac signs, and there's just so much helpful information in this book. So if you guys have not gotten this book yet, I did check last night. It's currently $12 US on Amazon. That price is constantly fluctuating. I've seen it go up to $16 at one point in time. It is marketed at $20. So keep in mind, this can probably go up to $20. So if you guys haven't got it, I highly suggest getting it while it is cheap, or keeping an eye on it. It's constantly flip-flopping. I think when I had gotten it, someone gifted it to me probably around $12 as well. So I will put this in the description box for you guys. I really highly recommend it. I definitely don't have any time to go over all the amazing things that are in this book, but this is my biggest tarot companion by far. This is a huge help. Arthur Edward Waite has also written quite a few books about the tarot, and I do highly recommend those. I have definitely been keeping an eye on those as well, because I would love to add those to my collection. But for now, this is the one that I started with. So the next thing that I had gotten, you guys already know, again, if you've been on my channel for a while, it is the Labyrinthos app. So I'm constantly looking for ways to up my tarot game, and I'm the type of person that I really don't like just sitting here memorizing things, especially doing flashcards and stuff like that. I did enough of that in high school and college. I definitely don't want to do any of that in my adult life for something I am doing voluntarily. So what I love about the Labyrinthos app is that it quizzes you on all of the amazing card meanings. So yes, clearly it does give you lots of different spreads. It does readings for you guys. So if you are having trouble reading for yourself, you can do this thing. It'll help you out. I've never really personally resonated with the electronic readings it gives me, so I didn't use it. I set it up to automatically allow me to input the cards for my own personal readings, instead of having it randomize cards for me. But again, that's completely personal preference. You can set all of that up in your settings, but it does give you all of the lessons here, and then it does quiz you through all of the cards. And the best thing about this is you can always always redo these quizzes. There is like no cap to it. It's not ever going to be like, oh, you passed, okay, this is locked. It constantly lets you go back to it. And the more that you go back and you level up and you pass these things and you do better and better, your little avatar levels up through the Fool's Journey as well. So currently my guy is on the strength. He's a little lion. It's super cute. But if you are like me, and being quizzed helps you a lot more, that's going to be the most beneficial thing. But in finding the Labyrinthos app, I did find my way to the Golden Thread Tarot, and I did purchase the Golden Thread Tarot, and in that Golden Thread Tarot, it had the little like booklet, right? And it has all of the keywords on there for all of the cards that are not only in the Labyrinthos app, but also on the Labyrinthos website. So all of that corresponds with each other, and it's super helpful to have the same thing across so many platforms, so that if you are learning and you would like to have some type of continuity, that is going to be your best bet. Definitely, I don't recommend buying the Golden Thread if you are brand new to tarot, though. That is a $50+ deck, so it does all, they're made to order, so it's going to take you a couple months to get it. So definitely work with whatever you've got on hand. Don't worry about getting that Golden Thread Tarot. You can still get the exact same keywords on the Labyrinthos app as well as the Labyrinthos website, okay? So the next one I've got, after that, what I did was I took my good old Radiant deck. You guys know my trusty Radiant Rider-Waite in a tin. This is Joe. This is one of my oldest decks. And because I did have 3-4 Rider-Waite decks, Joe decided to take the bullet for me and be my teaching deck. So I have written in the borders the keywords of the cards. So as you can see, the upright keywords are here. The reversed keywords are here. So I have done that with this deck, and I will from time to time pull this out. It's nice to go back and hang out with Joe every once in a while too. I don't necessarily do it because I need the keywords, but it's always fun to have that little refresher. I feel this is more helpful than flashcards because you actually have the pictures here, you actually have the tangible card, and it's going to help you a lot more than trying to visualize the card on a flashcard unless you are a super overachiever and you print out pictures of each card. Again, I feel like you can cut out that whole middle situation and just use the cards themselves. But I do not recommend doing it with your only deck. Like if you only have one deck, it's the deck that you read for other people with or the deck you read for yourself with, please don't do this. Please wait until you are in such a position that you have multiple decks and you are able to sacrifice one of them with big borders. So the Radiant just had the biggest borders of all of the cards that I had, and that's why it was decided upon between me and Joe to utilize him in such a way. And then I can also teach others with this deck later on down the road if I so choose. So after Radiant Joe and the whole keyword situation. Oh, by the way, I did get that idea from my aunt. So I did not come up with that one by myself. I never would have thought to write on my cards, but she had gotten a spoof deck. It was a terrible spoof deck, so she decided to amp it up with some color and some keywords, and I loved the idea, and Joe was all for it. So after that, I did make this cute little poster board here that I'm going to show you, but what I did want to say is initially, I thought that this book did not have keywords. It does in the beginning, but they are not keywords, they are key phrases for each card. So that does not really help you out too much, especially if you're not the type of person to read all the intros and you just wanted to get to the meat and bones of what that book was about. But I stand corrected, there are keywords in this book, just not like keywords, they're key phrases. So what I did was I took the little booklet out of the Labyrinthos Golden Thread deck, and that's the one that I was using the most. It was most easily accessible. It was a little pamphlet, and it was the easiest for me to look at quickly on the fly whenever I needed it. So what I decided to do was make an Excel spreadsheet of the keywords. I do not have this accessible to you guys. I've been thinking about making it accessible, but it is an Excel spreadsheet and not like a Google Doc, so I got to figure that one out. But I did put all of the keywords in this Google Doc, right? It was 4 pages, 5 pages, because, you know, there's 5 different situations here. So what I did, as you can see, there's the card, there's the upright, and there's the reverse. And these are just keywords. These are just the keywords from the Labyrinthos app, website, booklet. Okay, so keep in mind, if you like something else like the Biddy Tarot better or another one, they just resonate a lot better for you, please, please, please utilize that one. I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that Labyrinthos is the end-all be-all of keywords. There are tons and tons and tons of websites, and the hardest part about those keywords is that they are constantly fluctuating depending on who you ask and depending on what the reading is for, right? So not only did I put this together, I also edited some of them. So by the time I made this was a couple months ago, I was already pretty far along in my journey, and I just needed this for quick reference if I was doing personal readings and I was a little stuck on one card. I didn't want to go shuffle through everything looking for a booklet, right? So even using the Labyrinthos app, sometimes that's not as user-friendly and as quick as I need it to be in a personal reading. So I did make this, and I would have this sitting in front of me when I was doing personal readings. There were only a couple things I was stuck on, so I didn't need it too much. But what I found when writing this, I realized there were a couple of keywords that I knew that were not included in here. So I was able to edit this along the way to include the keywords that I knew personally that made the card make more sense to me. So that is the good thing about doing something like this, is you can always edit this to fit what you know about the card. There is no right or wrong, right? The keywords are kind of just guidelines. So if you are in such a position where you like don't have a printer, or you're like, I'm kind of just working with paper or something, please understand you do not need to be fancy with this. I did not have a poster board. I was not going to go to Walmart to buy a poster board just to do this. So I stole a little Halloween picture that my mom had. It's this little zombie picture thing. And she uses it once a year, so she won't miss it until next year. So I also used to be the type of person that would put sticky notes all over my wall and write in dry erase marker all over my mirror. So there are tons and tons and tons of ways that you can do this without having to shell out money or having to go find a printer if you do not have a printer, right? Like I said, I am working on getting that Excel spreadsheet available to you guys so that you have it, okay? But it's not available at the current moment of filming. So the last one that I have for you guys is my absolute newest one, and it is my absolute favorite one. This is super helpful, and I wish this was available 2-3 years ago when I started tarot. It would have helped so much. But this is the Modern Witch Tarot Journal. So if you guys have not seen this, I will link it below where you can find it from Liminal 11's website. This was sent to me by Sarah at Liminal 11. If you guys have not seen my review of this, I do go through in depth every single part of this journal. I highly recommend checking out that video because there's a lot in here. This is a very useful little tool. But the most helpful thing, and what we are talking about here today, is these little pages. So it gives you the picture, the actual picture of the card from the Modern Witch Tarot, clearly. It gives you a spot for your keywords. These correspondences are for like the zodiac signs or the planets and things like that. I do have information on that, but I have not like fact-checked it, double-checked it, triple-checked it, so I didn't write it in just yet. And then it gives you a spot for your reflection. I personally wrote what this card is in a general reading as well as in a love reading, because those are the ones we kind of end up doing the most, right? And then it gives you a spot for reversals down here. So this is super, super helpful. It does go through every single card. Your majors are clearly going to be bigger spots than your minors. This is what your minors looks like, just opening to a random page. It's about half the size, right? But it still gives you enough room to write everything in there you can on each card. Again, this is a super helpful little tool. This is probably your second best tarot companion next to this book. So if you guys do not take any of the advice of anything else I have done here, I definitely recommend the Ultimate Guide to the Rider-Waite Tarot book as well as the Modern Witch Journal, because this is super helpful. So keep in mind, you guys, there are two versions of this journal. There is a cheaper one, which is like mine, just the regular basic journal. This is what you get. And there is a super awesome limited edition with the gold edging. It comes with gold cards and stickers and all the bits and bobs, right? It's super exciting. So you have definite choices there. Again, this isn't going to break the bank too much. So I think these are right around the same price. Also, this is in euros. I don't have conversion numbers. So I am going to link both the Modern Witch Journal and the ultimate guide down there because I definitely want you guys to check that out. I am not affiliated with either of these products. I do not make money if you click those links. Don't worry about any of that. That is just for you if it behooves you to check it out, okay? So I want you guys to have all the tools you possibly can when learning tarot, and I want you to be proactive in your tarot journey and figure out the things that help you the very most when you are trying to learn tarot, okay? So if you guys have any tips and tricks here that I did not talk about today, please drop those in the comments for your fellow Earthlings that are trying to learn tarot, and maybe you think of something super exciting that I find super exciting and I can talk about in a video later as well. So I really hope that this video helped out some of you guys who are beginners and who are trying to work your way through the tarot journey, or if you've been learning for a couple years and you just feel a little bit stuck, okay? So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it to the end, please give me a big thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, that's cool. Thumbs down. You don't have to like my video. And don't forget, you guys, check out all my links in the description box. I'm not going to go into that. You already know there's a bunch of stuff down there. So I really hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful day wherever you are when this video reaches you, my friends. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Namaste.